it's Enoch here from the Meta Gang, coming at you again with yet another deck profile of mine. This one is more of a fun play for me. It's not really too anything, but it's Evil Eye. It's by far one of my favorite decks that took me forever to build, just mostly because I couldn't find one card to build it. Starting off, going straight into this main deck here, I run 3 Surzeal's Watchers of the Evil Eye. Essentially, when he is normal summoned, I can add 1 Evil Eye card from my deck to my hand, so he essentially searches any Evil Eye card. And then if he is equipped with the Eye of Selene, I can quick effect target 1 special summon monster my opponent controls and destroy it. I can only use its effect of it once per turn. And then during my standby phase, if I've activated its effect, I have to destroy 1 card that I control. Moving on to the next one, I play 2 Catalysts, the Familiar of the Evil Eye. What he does is essentially I can target 1 Evil Eye spell and trap card I control, and then until the end of the next turn, it cannot be destroyed by my opponent's card effects. If I control an Evil Eye monster other than him while he is in my graveyard, I can special summon him back out. But he goes banished after he's summoned back. Then I play 2 Basilius, Familiar of the Evil Eye. If I control an Evil Eye monster, I can special summon this card. I can only special summon him once per turn. During my main phase, I can send 1 Evil Eye spell or trap from my deck to my grave, so he's essentially a Foolish Pharaoh of goods for the Evil Eyes. Other than that, he's a really strong body, helps you link climb. Next off, I play 2 Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye. What she does is when she is normal summoned, I can target 1 Evil Eye card in my graveyard except for herself and add it back to my hand. If this card is equipped with the Eye of Selene, I can target 1 monster my opponent controls and I can banish it. I can only use the effect of it once per turn, and during the next standby phase, if I activate her effect, I have to banish 1 card from my graveyard. So essentially each one of the Evil Eye monsters always has a pro and con for being equipped with the Eye of Selene. Next up, I run 3 tour guides from the Underworld. With this one, it's very easy to essentially make a link 3 with the Evil Eye cards. When this card is normal summon, special summon 1 level 3 fiend from your hand or deck but negate its effects. Next up, I play 2 Fantastical Dragons from Tasmay. Essentially my opponent link summons, I can special summon him, draw the number of cards plus 1 to that many link monsters they control, and then I discard 1 card. Or discard cards up to that number, so it's really a +1, but you can really pick what you +1. And then I can quick effect discard 1 card, negate an activation, and if I do, I can destroy it. Next up is really the only hand trap I run other than Phantasme, and only reason why is because there's so much life point manipulation in this deck, you gotta get it back somehow. So I run the 2 Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, and mostly it's because if you discard her each time your opponent special summons an effect monster, you gain that many life points for the turn. So because of this deck being so life point heavy on losing to make your monster gain, you really need a way to bring those life points back. Going into my spells, I run 3 Evil Eye of Selene. You really want to see this card opening. Essentially you equip it to an Evil Eye monster. That monster now cannot be destroyed by battle card effect. My opponent can't target that monster with card effects, and each time you activate an Evil Eye spell or trap card are the equipped monster's effects, you would lose 500 life points, but your monster gains that 500 as attack, so you can make some pretty big bodies depending on how much you actually have in hand and what you can and can't activate. Next up, I run 3 Evil Eye Domain Pareidolia. This is just your field spell. When this card is activated, you get to add 1 Evil Eye monster, so if you open up with this but not Surzeal, you can open this, grab Surzeal from deck to hand, normal summon Surzeal, get your Eye of Selene, just so that way you have that full play. But once per turn during damage circulation, if one of my Evil Eye monsters is attacked while I control Eye of Selene in my spell and trap card, I can make the battle damage that I take also inflicted to my opponent. And if this card is destroyed on the field by card effect, then I can target one Evil Eye monster in my graveyard and add it back to hand. Next up, I play 3 Evil Eye Awakening. This one here is essentially a monster reborn for your Evil Eyes, but you also get the added bonus of you can special summon it from your hand and our graveyard. But if the Eye of Selene is in your spell and trap card zone, you can even special summon an Evil Eye monster from your deck as well. So really, if you have Eye of Selene, you can just go through and get whatever you really need from anywhere. Next up, I play 2 Evil Eye of Gorgonio. It's a really good card. If my life points lower than my opponent's, my Evil Eye monster gains that as attack while it's equipped with this card. And then essentially I can banish this card from my graveyard if it's not attached to add 1 Evil Eye card. Or I banish it in 1 Evil Eye card and add 1 Evil Eye spell or trap from my deck to my hand. So again, I get to search really whatever I need. Then I'm running 2 Evil Eye Repos. And essentially what this card does is when it's activated, I get to banish 1 Evil Eye card from my graveyard, draw 1 card. And then after damage circulation of an Evil Eye equipped with the Eye of Selene attack to my opponent's monster, I can banish that opponent's monster. If this card is in my spell and trap card zone is destroyed by an effect, I can target up to 3 of my banished Evil Eye cards and return them to the graveyard. So there is a way to get my banished stuff back, like the Eye of Gorgonio, to reactivate. Next card up, I'm running Evil Eye Confrontation, and what that is essentially it's a spell and trap negate. Not really negate, but it's a spell and trap removal. Because if I control an Evil Eye monster, I can target 1 spell or trap. My opponent controls, destroy it, and if I do, and the Eye of Selene is in my spell and trap card, I can banish that spell or trap instead. Next, I have 2 Evil Eye Remergences. It's a token giver, so that way you can go into your links. Normally you can special summon 1 token off of it, but if you have Eye of Selene on the field, then you can special summon 2 of them. It also has the added benefit of if it's banished, I can banish this card and my opponent cannot target Evil Eye spell and trap cards I control card effects the turn that that's activated. So it could help me keep my Eye of Selene to keep my monster from being destroyed. And then last but not least, I run 2 Allure of Darkness, and that's because every monster in this deck is dark. So as long as I can draw from my combo pieces and banish it off, then I can dig through my deck. Moving on to my traps. I'm running 3 Evil Eye Retribution. Again, it's the Evil Eye counter trap. When your opponent activates a spell or trap, or you control an Evil Eye monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If I control the Evil Eye of Selene in my spell and trap card zone, this card's activation and effect cannot be negated, so as long as I control the Eye of Selene, my counter trap cannot be countered. Last but not least, for this main deck, I run Evil Eye Defeat, and it's essentially another monster reborn. I can target 1 Evil Eye monster on my field and up to 2 if the Eye of Selene is in my spell and trap card, return them to hand. So really, I guess it's not really a monster reborn, but it bounces my monsters back for next turn so I can get them back out and re-go through their effects. That is it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. A lot of the extra deck is really by preference. I don't even have a full extra deck for mine. But what I am running for now is I'm running 3 of the Gorgon Empress of the Evil Eye. She gains 100 attack for each Evil Eye card with different names in your graveyard. If this card is equipped with Eye of Selene, quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate the effects until the end of this turn. You can only use her once, and then if you do use her quick effect during the next standby phase after this card is activated, you have to destroy one card that she points to. So depending on where your opponent had monsters previous to this effect going off, you can either destroy theirs or yours depending on where the monster is at. Next up, I'm running 3 Serziel, Ruler of the Evil Eye. Essentially, if he is made using a 2600 attacker or higher, he can make a second attack during the battle phase. This card is equipped with the Eye of Selene. Quick effect, I can target one card my opponent controls, destroy it. If you activated this effect, then on the next standby phase, I have to negate one effect monster that this card points to. That's really it for the Evil Eye monsters for the extra deck. The rest of this is just things that I like to play with. So I'll start with the Barracord Borg Blocker. And only reason I like him is because I can discard one and get one continuous spell and our filled spell back from my grave. So that can get me like my filled spell back, that can get me the Evil Eye Repose back, Eye of Selene, Eye of Gorgonio. No, those are Crypts. Either way, it gets me Repose on my filled card back very easily. I run Reproducus just because it's very easy to declare a monster or attribute and change it all to that, so that way like your Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eye, she just requires literally no materials. It's just an Evil Eye and something else. And even Serziel is just an Evil Eye and something else, but Reproducus can... Oh no, Serziel is 2 Evil Eyed monsters. But Reproducus can change the attributes and stuff to change my opponent's boards depending on what they're playing. They may have some generic links that take something that will boost their monsters, and it's just a way to get around that. After that, I'm running 1 Beat Cop from the Underworld. This card is link summoned using 2 dark monsters with different names. It gains the effect if I contribute 1 monster, then target 1 card on the field, place 1 patrol counter on it. You can only use her effect once per turn. If the patrol counter would be destroyed by battle card effect, if a card with a patrol counter would be destroyed, I can remove the counter instead. Next up, I play 1 Siyuja. Depending on the number of monsters, 2 or more, 3 or more, 4 or more is what you can do. If you use 4, you draw 4, put 3 back. If I use 3 or more, I get the special summon of an additional monster, which can help me extend. And then if it's 2 or more, whatever Siyuja points to becomes an even bigger body. And then last, just in case, I run the 1 Borrowload Dragon, where neither player can target this monster with anything. And then quick effect, I can target a face-up monster, it loses 500 attack. And then my opponent cannot activate cards in response. And then at the start I can take their monster and just kind of beat them with their own monster, depending on what size it is. But that is the end of this deck profile for Evil Eye. So just remember, if you like our content, please like, subscribe to our channel. If you want to keep up to date with us, hit the notification bell. We have some tournaments coming up, there's some new product coming out, and you never know what may be up on our channel. I know we do deck profiles and live duels, so just give us a like, thumbs up.
Like and subscribe to Metagame. Hit the bell icon. Put the light, you get yo.